Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you again. We've got our game 3 here, and we got into actually, this is game 4, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a best of 3 because now we're in the top 4, and we're playing a law player, my man Tyler here. And yeah, I was just thinking that I was going first for some reason, so I rested a Dawn and I played Ezo. But he's actually going first, and he was like, I'm gonna play Nami. I was like, oh, I'm stupid, sorry. So, yeah, rest the Dawn, we play Ezo, and then we pick up a couple of cards, some good Whitebeard Pirate cards, but we pick up the Marco, and I think we just pass it over here, yeah. But, in this matchup, I want to just yet again, just re-emphasize that this deck is not good, okay? It was strictly built to be good against Law and good against like red, like Luffy, Zoro, stuff like that. It absolutely just loses most other matchups. But I did happen to get a lot of red and Laws at this tournament, so it just worked out perfectly that I was able to play how I wanted the deck to play. And then once I hit the regional, it was just all ugly from there. But we pick up the Jozu for a 2k counter. Still have 3 Dawn left. Could probably just play Vista, KO the Nami. Yep. We just don't want that Nami to get too much value for the rest of the game. I'm assuming he only runs maybe like 2 in the deck, if not only just 1. So I'm fine with just kind of Visting it right now, and then that way I don't have to deal with too many of the Nami cards coming down. But there it is. There's another Nami. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's just his second one. Can't imagine that there's more than 2 in the deck, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Love that. Had to show that to the camera real quick. That's Nami Mami. He does swing 7 at life, and then he'll go 7 again. And I'm considering taking, but I do have like enough counter to get out of it. I just don't really feel as though I'm in that much of a rush to be defending my life. So I do choose to take. We pick up another Vista, which is nice, but I'd like to get rid of that Zoro card. It is pretty annoying. It's out of Fire Fist range here, simply because of having the Dawn underneath. It brings it up to 6k power. So if I want to KO it, I'm just going to have to swing correctly and, you know, see what we can do. But we do swing 6 and it just falls. So I'm actually okay with it. I'm like, oh, all right. I wasn't expecting to get it that easily, but I'll let it go. I'll take that. And yeah, we'll just play Ezo down. Probably just going to search for, we pick up the Fire Fist to try and get some combo with the Fire Fist we already have in hand. I've got like 10 or 12 cards in hand right now, so like kind of crazy. But I could just choose to Fire Fist right here, which is not like the worst idea, but since we do have the Vista and we also have the Marcos in hand, I feel like just getting rid of the Nami, getting rid of the Curly to Dawn, stuff like that, for cheap, and then going into a Fire Fist once we have some more, you know, unfortunate cards on the board, that's probably my better play. But having a full board of 5 right now does feel pretty good. We have the 2 Vistas for easy 5k swings next turn, and he's just going to swing 5 with Curly to Dawn and then Law. I'll counter out with the 2 Jozus. I just don't really feel as though I need the Jozus versus maybe like the 5-cost Marco that I could use to get rid of Curly. Potentially have Gordon in hand and then use that to get rid of the Law blocker. There's just a far too much value I would get out of, you know, potentially having those cards in hand right now. So I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll swing 5. He does take that, goes down to 2 life. I'll swing another 5. Just trying to pull cards from hand or potentially get him down to 1 life within some KO range. We do get an X Drake out of the counter right here, so not the worst thing. But I'm definitely trying to get more valuable cards if possible. I'm just going to rest one for the Otama, yep, and bring down the Law here. I just don't think we had the Gordon in hand. And then I will just go ahead and Fire Fist the Law and the Gordon. It just seems like I had everything kind of going for me this game. Felt like, you know, drawing into 2 Vistas, then having the Fire Fist and searching out a second Fire Fist to be able to maintain the board as strong as I wanted it to be. So we do choose to swing 6 with lead. He takes. We'll choose to play Makino, bring up Izo, and swing 6 yet again. Makino more or less becomes like a pseudo blocker here, because if he chooses to go for life, we've basically got him within like KO range. He is just going to play Nami though, try and find something a little useful. Maybe 2k counter Brook, you know, if possible, maybe a rush Zoro to try and clear some board a little bit. But it does seem like a pretty bad position to be in. I mean, like the 2 Vistas into the Fire Fist is just, that's rough for a Law player. It's absolutely rough. We just happen to have all the answers in hand. And like I said, I mean, this deck was essentially designed strictly for these matchups. And yeah, I know that I felt the burn when I played this deck in the regional, because I was not prepared for like any other matchup. I was like, all right, yellow, we just automatically lose, but like black, I should probably be fine. He does unfortunately brick the Bonnie search right here. He did pick up the rush Zoro off of Nami. So it just felt like, yeah, this is just the way the cards play sometimes. Just unfortunate, you know? Can't really be happy about the situation you're in at the moment as Law. But he's probably going to have to swing 5 at the Makino, considering we have 2 1 costs on the board. I'm not sure if he has Vista, but, you know, maybe a good play if he has Vista in hand would be to swing for Makino, play Zoro, swing at Vista, play Vista, and KO my Vista, leaving, you know, 2 1 cost cards, but just not having like nearly the same board that I did previously. The only problem is that does leave him with no blockers on field, and then he's just kind of got to work with, you know, defending the 1 life that he has for something like that. He will play the Law blocker though, bring out Zoro, swing 5 into the Vista. I'm like considering whether I want to keep it alive or not. We don't have too much counter power in hand now because we've kind of already burned it, but he does play the Law, or excuse me, Beji instead. And yeah, definitely a nice play though. Built him a board, got him some nice aggression and everything. And now, you know, the following turn, he can definitely do some damage. So I have to put in some work this turn. The Law's either gotta go, or we have to just really put the pressure on. And it looks as though we do have a Gordon and Fire Fist in hand, so we can get rid of both of the blockers and then just swing super aggressively. I'm not sure if we have like a guard point or something in hand as well, but guard point could be pretty invaluable here, considering like if we were to go that route of just KOing the 2 blockers and then trying to be aggressive, that guard point kind of saves us on the clapback if I'm not able to just KO everything. But knowing me, you know, I'm probably just gonna play really safe and not even go for, you know, the game. I would rather just go for the Zoro, lower his board, Fire Fist both of the blockers. I will use Gordon on the Law. I will go ahead and Fire Fist the 2 blockers here. I'll probably just swing into the Zoro because we still have 5 Dawn remaining. I could just play down Marco, but I think that would be a little silly. Just leaving him chances. So I'm just going to go 5 at life. Interesting. 5 at life with the Vista. I guess maybe I'm trying to see if he'll take that last life and then swing into the Zoro, or I just continuously swing at life and try and pull from, you know, what he's got. Looks like he's thinking about countering out with Otama here. And I know that he's only got, I think, like 4 or 5 cards in hand, so he's not working with much. And the next turn, you know, countering out with Bonnie doesn't feel great. But he is going to choose to counter out with Otama. I am just going to swing 5 again with Izo. He will counter out with Bonnie. And now we have 2 Dawn left. I could probably just go 7 into the Rush Zoro. I guess I was trying to play a little aggressively and see if I could get, you know, something out of my opponent here. But with 2 cards in hand, I think I probably just have to, you know, slow it down a little bit. Just slap 1 more Dawn underneath leader and swing 7 into the Rush Zoro. I am taking my time just because I don't want to make the mistake that I've made time and time again. But yeah, we'll just go into the Rush Zoro. Let it die, pass it over. Yeah, and he realizes, he's like, yeah, with that top deck, there's no way that we're going to be making a comeback here. So he's going to scoop, and we'll go into game 2. Shout out to my man playing old school RuneScape on the phone. He's got RuneScape on the mobile for the side. Love it. Oh, man. I was just telling him that I completed Desert Treasure 2 for any of my RuneScape homies out there. We just completed Desert Treasure 2 on stream the other day. That was fun. But Nami on first play, picking up the Nico Robin, and my hand is filled with Makinos. We've got Makinos for days. We've got Vista, 5-drop Marco. Yeah, but we'll just play Izo, and it looks as though... Did we just brick? It looks as though we just bricked. Yeah, we did. Did not get a single card. Bottom deck in the Radical Beam, as well as another Izo and Buggy. So a little unfortunate there, but... You know, maybe that's just the heart of the cards. You know, the first game was with us. Maybe the second game isn't going to be as good. But Nico Robin does come down right there. Nico Robin's definitely a threat for my deck. It does not help. Like, that card is terrifying to play against for me. And, yeah, I don't have many cards that are over 3k power in the deck. I legitimately think the only cards that I have that are over 3k power are the Jozu and Marco. That's it. But I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that this list just doesn't have a lot. It's all low cost cards. But yeah, he's still got Nico here. Just gonna swing 5, KO the Vista. You know, Vista did me, you know, the job though. Got rid of the Nami. I'm fine with that. And he does play Film Brook, plays another Nico Robin. So now depression is kicking in, because that is not fun to see that. But I think that we're still fine here. I'm probably just going to go 1 under leader, swing at the Nico Robin, and then just be forced to Fire Fist. So we'll play 1 for probably like Izo or Buggy here. Find another event card to potentially trash. It looks like we do find Whitebeard Pirates right there at the very beginning. That's good. So now I can actually use Fire Fist and feel good about it. Yeah, it's just one remaining Dawn. We could play Makino and pump up Izo, but is the timing right with him at 3 life? I don't think so, but I guess we are just gonna do it. I'm not a huge fan of this. I think that it took me a while to realize that timing is everything in these swings and in these matches. And I don't think it's bad simply because we had another Makino in hand, but I do think I could have got more value out of it waiting till another turn, flood the board a little bit. But I guess now that he doesn't have any extra swings, it does force out the swing at the Makino with leader, and yep. And then he's probably just gonna play. Okay, so yeah, Vista, pop the Izo. 4 Dawn remaining. We'll just get some of those 1-cost cards on the field. So we'll see maybe some Namis, some blockers. Picks up the 2k counter Brook here. And just going to need that for a little defense. Has Curly to Dawn pick up Otama as well for another 2k counter. So he's looking pretty good with the 2ks in hand. Plays the Chopper. Now he has basically revitalized his board. That's the scary thing about Law. It just does that, you know? It really does. And now it looks like we only get to take Gordon. Yeah, kind of whiffed on this one. I don't think Gordon was what I was exactly looking for there. Just because, I mean, I don't know if I have another Fire Fist in hand. I guess it will be nice if he gets the 6-drop Law down. or excuse me, 5-drop Law with 6k power. But I'll just go 6 at life. I think he does take that. Yeah, he took that. Goes to 2. And now with 5 Dawn remaining, I'm not sure. Do I have Marco in hand? Oh no, he didn't take that. Excuse me. He blocks with Chopper. He blocks with Chopper. And I was surprised because he just picked up those 2k counters. So it's kind of like information for me now knowing, okay, interesting. He's got to have, yeah, so we will use the Marco, KO the Curly, and just pass it over. He does have to have, like, very little counter in hand in order for him to have gotten rid of that Chopper. Because I think that if he had just gave 1-2k counter, you know, I could have played Marco and then the Chopper would have lived. And that card is extremely annoying. After knowing that I've used, like, Vista already, Fire Fist, and Marco, I guess odds are still high of me having another one of those cards, but lower after using each and every single one of those. Yeah, he's got a couple of Dawn to work with here. He's thinking about what he's going to take. He does take the Rush Zoro with the Nami. Yeah, definitely time to get some green cards on the field, but also be aggressive. So 5 at the life. We might be seeing like a Zoro put down swing. Yep, so 3 for Zoro. Probably just going to swing 5. Shambles and bring back the Zoro, potentially just swing again. So he's thinking about what he wants to shambles, and it looks like it's going to be Nami. It plays the restand Law, and I think he just passes it over there, leaving Zoro active. I don't hate it. I like it a lot because it's kind of inconvenient for me to have those swings the following turn. We do use the buggy. I mean, I've got a guard point in hand. Looks like we pick up another guard point. So now I feel as though I'm pretty good on the clapback. I can just be as aggressive as possible this turn. Probably just swing, you know, everything as much as possible. And yeah, it might just be 5 with Curly, 5 with Izo. Maybe even pump up Izo using Makino. But if we do 7, we could just do 7 with Izo, Marco, and lead after doing 5 with Curly if we play the Makino, but it's not a terrible idea. It's just he's got 2 life. He's got 5 cards in hand. I don't feel like I'm in as good as a position as I was in the first game. You know, we've still drawn really well. We've still drawn exceptionally well this game. Just got to plan out what's going to be the best way to do this. So 5, and he does counter out with the 2k counter there. I'm considering if I want to pump up the Izo or if I just want to swing with the Marco first. Probably just go 7, get rid of the life. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Okay, yeah, we're just going to go 5 with Izo. 5 with Izo. We're just going to get out all the counter cards from his hand. I'll go 7. He's definitely going to take that. And I might just go like 9 with leader. I think that's what I'm considering is, oh no, we're just going to go 6. Maybe with 3 Dawn, I don't believe I have another Fire Fist in hand, but I could. I just know we're saving 2 for guard point because of, you know, the potential aggression that's coming. And I'm going to rest 1. I'll play Gordon. Ooh, I do have another Fire Fist in hand. That's crazy. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and get rid of the Zoro and the Law, and then we just save 1 for guard point. I'm not sure what event I trashed right there. Let me see, do I show it? Oh, it looks like I trashed the guard point, actually. I did trash one of my guard points, so just leaving 1 up for the other, as well as maybe like a 1k, 2k counter in hand. I feel pretty confident that we're good here. But yeah, man, I just drew into the absolute nuts this game. And that's the thing is, this deck is super control against like Law and against red, but it's just so slow comparatively to a lot of the more aggressive Zoro builds. And yeah, I mean, I think doing that ended up being pretty detrimental to him because he already dropped the Nami, and the Nami would have been nice for him to potentially search out a card he needed. And I know that he dropped the Brook as well. That's why we did it in the order to try and kind of bait out some attacks. But it looks like we're just going to see a 5 swing with Vista here. With the cards in hand, only 2 in hand. I'm most likely just going to... Oh, yeah, there we go. We counter out. So we counter out with Makino. And I know that my last card is Guard Point. He's got to plan out what is the best way for him to get, potentially all the life out of me here. Yeah, and he's just going to swing 5. He's just going to swing 6. And then he's just going to have 7. So I'm just going to take it, 7, and then we'll just Guard Point. Yeah, and that's game. But it's always good matches against Tyler. It's just I happen to be running the direct counter to his deck this day. And yeah, we'll be hopping into the finals tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one, all right? Peace.